Hello, traders. I'm not sure if I'm on live or what. Hello, traders. How are we? Welcome to the live stream. Me and the editor were having a chat. If we're a little bit late, that's why. But I hope you're all well. Hope you're having a good trading day. Welcome to Simply Forex. And guys, for the next 40 minutes or so, it is your opportunity to ask me as many questions as you like, right? Ask us many questions about whatever you like, guys, right? So anything to do with trading, strategy, price action, support and resistance, money and risk management, psychology, absolutely anything. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. That's going to be the first port of call. What we're going to do that, guys. Secondly, because all the clocks went back, we don't have any news right now, right? It's because normally this news would be like an hour earlier, right? This news, but it's now an hour later. I hope I've got that right. Yeah, clocks went forward. So really the big news that we were looking at today is now this at 2 o'clock, right? And this is UK time. So this doesn't happen until after the live stream. But guys, must be aware of this US dollar news coming out later. During the live stream, there's a bit of news, but nothing to write home about. And if you're at home, you don't need to write anything to home anyway. Anyway, what am I talking about? I'm going to show you a trade that I'm in. I'm still in New Zealand dollar, US dollar sells. So we'll take a quick look at that. And also, guys, let's say hello to the homies of Simply Forex. So McFlave, good morning. How are you, mate? William, morning. Godwin, how the devil are you? Brett, how are you, mate? Greg, good. I haven't seen you for ages. Javan, hi, how are you? Was, clocks went back. Okay, I had a 50-50 chance there and got it wrong. I know there's now a 4-hour gap between Dubai and London, and there used to be a 3-hour gap. So there you go. Rich Paul, what's up, what's up, what's up? So this is the trade I'm in, guys. New Zealand dollar, US dollar. It's almost at target, right? And I'd like it to hit target before, right, this news comes out, okay, in about 2 hours. Okay, so we've got a bit of time, and the New Zealand US dollar trade's looking good, right? So why did I take this trade? Well, mainly the weekly is super bearish. Okay, so the weekly chart, right, was in a downtrend. Okay, we've got the mother of all bearish candles, right? Doesn't get much more bearish than that. To be fair, that's pretty bearish. But this has no bottom wick, right? That's what I like about this candle. And there's no level in here to stop price from coming down to here, right? And just think of that for a second, guys, right? If you're in a downtrend, right, the only thing that's going to stop the downtrend is support, right? A buying level or news. They're the only two things. And if you're in an uptrend, the only thing that's going to stop an uptrend is resistance or, again, news, right? It could be have a big, whipsaw on news. So bearing that in mind, guys, you can see there's nothing here to stop this New Zealand US dollar from coming lower. All right, we'll see, but, it's looking pretty good for sales. If we drop down to the day chart, it is a little overextended. Right, it is a little bit. If we look at the day chart, this is the trend we're in. Okay, so we're clearly in a downtrend. It is a little bit overextended, but not much, right? If I brought up the RSI, it won't be over 30. Let's do that. Right, so there you go. It's not quite, this is the 30 level, and it's not there, right? So it's a little bit overextended, but, not at crazy levels. Let's get rid of this indicator because if I put an indicator on my chart, I get a nosebleed, I start sweating. Yeah, it's not good. So we're in a downtrend, right? And if I could show you, I was discussing this with Brett earlier, right? If I could show you the quintessential downtrend, it would be this New Zealand dollar, US dollar H4 chart. look at the beauty to behold, right? Look at this H4 downtrend, right? Just drawing the lines is pretty much textbook, right? If you was going to find a textbook and draw a downtrend, it wouldn't look far off that, right? And then just look at this trend line. It just keeps hitting the trend line, right? And it keeps bouncing off the moving average 20, right? You should take a picture. That is a textbook downtrend, right? It's beautiful and it's so easy to read, right? Super easy to read. Sorry, guys, I can feel food flying out my mouth again. Where's CJ to ask me what I had for dinner, for lunch even? So, yeah, that's where we're at, guys. And my first target is just back down to these lows here, right? So looking pretty good, right? We'll see. As soon as that alarm goes off, right, I know I've taken some profit, guys, all right? So we're still in this New Zealand dollar, US dollar sell trade. And again, there was lots of trades that we were looking at today, right? And one that I talked myself out of. I feel like pulling my own nails out, right? I'm only joking, right? It's not that bad. But this euro yen, guys, this was a trade idea, okay? So we were, clearly in an uptrend, right? Clearly, yeah, on the day chart. We had a nice bullish candle, and I'm going to tell you why I talked myself out of this, right? And we still have room up to this level. Now, if we drop down to the H4, like this retraced today to a beautiful level. And why is it a beautiful level? Because I can, at this point, right, I'm going to do a trading challenge very soon. And it's pretty much going to be this, right? So day trend is up, right? H4 is in an uptrend, right? Now, I know I want to put my stop below here. Okay, so around here, right? And if the target was just back to the last H4 high, which was there, right? You had a wonderful trade. Yeah, price come down to the equilibrium point. You could have entered there, right? Put your stop here, target up here, and you would have had a nice 1:1 trade already. It was at such a nice level to buy. So why did I talk myself out of it? Because this little gap here, that little bloody gap just, got into my psyche, right? It affected my psychology. It affected my decision with this trade, right? It did. Because these gaps, when you see them, are usually filled, right? So price has a tendency to want to come down, fill it, and then it can shoot back up, right? But with a lot of these yen pairs, these gaps haven't been filled. So that's why I didn't take euro yen, which is absolutely flying, and I would be nicely in profit. Yeah, so if you look at any of the yen pairs, guys, right? Pound yen, yeah, you can see this gap up just hasn't been filled, right? But this is flying, yeah. Any of them really, guys. New Zealand yen, right? Big gap up. That hasn't been filled as well. All right, so yeah, that little gap up makes it a little bit trickier. Yeah, so there you go, guys. That's what I was looking at today. And then we was also looking at Aussie dollar weakness, but I'm just waiting for retraces really, which may or may not come. Aussie dollar CAD is one, right? This is H4. Okay, we're in a downtrend. I want to see a retrace, hence my alarm. Okay, Aussie dollar Swiss franc. This is potentially coming back up for a retrace, ideally this level. But I put my alarm here because I become interested. So yeah, that's me, guys. That's what we're looking at today, and that's what we're waiting for. Right, enough about me and what I'm looking at. What do you want to look at, guys? Are there any questions about trading that you have? Please don't be shy. Please leave them in the live chat right now. Also, guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and smash that like button. While you smash the like button, I'm going to smash some coffee down my neck. Coffee's a little bit cold. Not nice. Right, who else have we got in? Colin, hi Colin, how are you? Michael, how are you? I believe, when the clocks go forward or back, like in the UK, I believe that is for farmers. I believe this is true. Anyway, Brett saying, can we have a look at silver? Yeah, definitely. I'm liking silver buys, right? But we'll take a look at that. Milos, hi. Yeah, hi guys, how is everyone? So let's take a look at silver for Brett. But guys, like I say, leave a question. Don't be shy. Your questions are the fuel to this 2-hour live stream. Now, with silver, this is silver, right? With silver, it's all about this level here. And we've just had a H4 break. Now, I was tempted by this trade, and I'm going to show you why on the bigger time frames, right? And I'm going to explain why I didn't take it, right? So if we look at, okay, weekly less so, but if we look at the daily, right, we're clearly in an uptrend. We found the level of support through here, and potentially we could take price back up to these last highs. In fact, that would be my target, right? Makes perfect sense, yeah? Uptrend, a bit of consolidation. We're looking for a break to take price higher, right? And that break has happened, okay? If we look at the H4 chart, only just, but the body of this candle closed above the high of that wick. And if you're ever not sure, guys, look at this. Look at these numbers change up here. So if I hover over this, the high is 092, 34.092. Right? So that's the figure I'm interested in. And then on this candle, I'm interested in the close. And that is 34.102. So we've clearly had a break here, right? And I think this is potentially a good buying opportunity because of that reason. We've literally had a H4 structure break, right? This was H4 structure, and these highs kept holding, right? But now we've broke. So silver buys for me. Yeah, I'm close to taking this trade. So why didn't I? Because, this XAG, right, US dollar is telling us if we buy this, it's saying US dollar weakness, right? Whereas myself, I am in a trade, New Zealand dollar, US dollar sells, okay, which is, right, New Zealand dollar, US dollar, which is telling us US dollar strength, right? This is strong. So it goes against what I'm seeing on this chart. So that's the reason I've stayed out of silver. So if there was a chart that was this, yeah, right? Thinking about what I've just shown you, if there was a chart silver against New Zealand dollar, maybe there is, then I would buy this. Yeah, that would be the best trade. So yeah, there you go, guys. That's what I'm seeing with silver. Right, let's take a look at what other questions we have right now. Okay, let me just take a look here. Sorry, guys, I've just managed to click out of that screen for some reason. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, we're back in. So what else do we want to look at, guys? Yeah, I agree, Brett. Rich Paul is in Swiss franc, Japanese yen buys. Totally agree with that trade as well, Rich Paul. Yeah. Let's take a little look at it. Okay, so Swiss franc, Japanese yen. Right. Yeah, I've got my alarm in here. My alarm was down here earlier, right, at 50. And I was really interested in buying this at 50, right? It just hasn't retraced enough for me. And then we've got this reaction, which is why my alarm is now at these lows, right? Because if it started breaking this level, I wouldn't be interested. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing on the H4. But with the day chart, guys, it's clearly a buy, right? Everything's bullish, right? Uptrend, yeah. Room to move into, yeah. And just a very bullish candle. And yen is weak across the board, right? There is that gap up. Yeah, but this kind of filled that gap for me, right? This filled the gap. So this was less of a problem for me taking this trade. I actually took this trade yesterday. I got in here, stopped here, and took price back up to here, right? So I traded this yesterday, and I'm trying to get back into it again today. I still have 20% running on this trade. We'll see, right? Yeah, like I say, I wanted a deeper retrace today before we come back up. But we'll see, you know. So even if you, so this is another thing, guys. Even if you miss the retrace, right? So let's go back here. Let's go back to this. Right. So let's just come here. No, let's start here, right? This will be a little tutorial. Right. So we're in a H4 uptrend. I know we had this big gap up and made things a little bit, I'd even say this, right? But we're in a H4 uptrend, and that has broken that high, right? We're getting higher highs. Then all I say to myself is I want to retrace into value, right? Usually the moving average 20 is a pretty good zone to aim for. If I get that, I will buy it. If I don't get that, I won't buy it, right? Simple as that. Now, as you can see, price comes down. We enter, and then price shoots off, right? Now, you could still enter this trade, right? Because what was once the last low here has now changed. This is now the last low, right? So as price comes up here, yeah, if you get a bit of a retrace, you can start buying this again and then move your stop loss from here up to here, right? And then we continue with the trade. So don't worry if you miss this initial retrace, because as price moves and we get a new high, it becomes another potential retrace trade, right? We wait for a retrace and we enter. Okay, and that's exactly what's happened today. It just didn't give me a deep enough retrace, basically, and that's what I was looking for, guys. Okay, there is a chart, XAG New Zealand dollar. So this will be interesting, right? So you remember what I said earlier, guys? Because of this, right? It's really important that you understand this, guys, right? Because of silver, which is against the US dollar, right? I would buy that, which suggests US dollar weakness. New Zealand US dollar, I am selling, right? I'm selling, okay? Now, this means silver is stronger than US dollar. This means US dollar is stronger than New Zealand dollar. So if you had to put these into a scale of strongest to weakest, one would be silver, number two would be US dollar, and number three would be New Zealand dollar, right? So now you know this by your own analysis. if you had a trade which was silver with New Zealand dollar, right, you would look to buy this. Now, I haven't looked at this pair yet. I don't think I've ever looked at this pair, but we're going to now because this will be very interesting, right? And looking at this pair, you would buy it, but I imagine it's very overbought already because of this scenario, right? So let's take a look at this. I'm going to say H4 is in an uptrend, daily is in an uptrend, and things are a little bit overbought. Okay, this is where I end up with egg on my face. Though it just will be, you know, very confident. Okay, there we go. We've got one. Wonderful. There you go. Right. Super bullish on the H4. Right, let me get rid of this writing now. Super bullish on the H4, right? Breaking out of this level here, right? This would be, looks very similar to US dollar actually, but this would be a better trade than potentially the silver US dollar. However, look at that spread, right? Because it's not that traded. It's not that, you know, it's not as liquid as silver against the US dollar, right? But as I predicted, guys, this is bullish. H4 is in an uptrend. Daily will be in an uptrend. There you go. But it's very identical to silver US dollar, to be honest, right? Okay, so New Zealand US dollars coming down. That should mean we have hit target. Okay, yeah, almost hit target, guys. Let me just show you this trade in the VIP Discord, guys. So this is the trade that we took on New Zealand US dollar, right? Entry, stop loss, and this is my target, guys. You can see we're just a couple of pips away from target. And if you want all of my trade ideas, like I'm showing you here, all of these trade ideas, if you also want, you know, all of access to my VIP Trading Academy, then please come join our VIP Discord channel, right? This is what you're looking at right now, guys. And if you sign up with one of our brokers, as you can see above my head, if you sign up with Pepperstone right now, you can get free access to the VIP Trading Academy, right? No brainer. If you're with a broker, just swap brokers. If you're looking for a broker, look no further than Pepperstone. Okay. So yeah, this is where we are at with that trade. So we're almost there, guys, right? In fact, I've got a couple of trades hoping I might take. Okay, we've hit target, guys, right? Okay, so yeah, I've just, one trade has closed. I'm going to leave a little bit of money on the trade as well. Okay, just waiting for that to hit target. Okay, so that's now hit target, guys. And when that happens, guys, all I do is put in the VIP that we hit target. Nice trade. I'm going to close 80% of my trade here. Okay, and then I'm going to let 20% run, as I normally do. But nice trade. Yeah. Yeah, happy days. So there you go, guys. New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Yeah, and if you want access to these trade signals, come join the VIP Trading Academy, guys. Right, back to the live chat, guys. Sorry, a little bit distracted there, as you can imagine. Let's go back to the live stream. Right, what else are we looking at here, guys? So Milos, I wonder how you recognize something is clearly in an uptrend or downtrend. Yeah, so simple as this, guys, right? So simple as this, right? If you're in a downtrend, right? It doesn't always look so textbook as this. Let's be honest, right? It rarely looks as textbook as this, to be honest, okay? But, right, this is all I'm looking for, right? This is in a downtrend. I'm looking for higher lows, lower highs. Let's get this right. So you'll see that this is a LH, right? These are all lower highs. And then all I'm looking for is lower lows. These are LLs, right? Lower lows, right? Downtrend. In an uptrend, the opposite is true, right? Yeah, you're getting higher highs. These are called ha. No, these are called HH. They're not, they're just called higher lows. They're called higher highs. Losing my marbles, right? And then we've got this trade where we have got, sorry, I'll get it right in a minute. These are not higher highs. Bear with me. I've been drinking. These are higher lows. Yeah, these are lows. And these are higher highs. Right? And that's all you're looking for. That's a downtrend. That's an uptrend. Right? And that's really the only market I want to trade. I want to trade a trending market. You know, I'm not really interested in anything else. You will get a market that does this, right? And just ranges, right? Just ranges between two areas of support and resistance. And they're the three phases of a market, right? Downtrend, uptrend, and this ranging market. And that's it. And you must understand what phase, what structure, what trend you are in before you click any buy or sell button. That is rule 101, right? Number one rule, in fact, right? Not 101. Don't know where I'm going with that. Rule number one is trading 101. It's rule number one. So there you go, Milos. I hope that helps you understand. It's as simple as that, right? Trading and understanding trend and things is not that difficult. Okay, it's not. It's things like managing trades, entries. Yeah, are tricky. They're not easy. Entries, right? And managing trades. Yeah, this is the real skill for me. But yeah, you know, understanding trend, plotting support and resistance, reading candlesticks, I consider quite, you know, quite easy to understand quickly, really. Right, what else we're looking at? Michael, I also saw the gap filled. That's why you took Swiss franc yen. Exactly, Michael. Yeah, that was the only yen pair that filled the gap. I took that trade. Nice. Brett's got another question here. Okay, so Brett, New Zealand US dollars just hit his TP. It's just hit my TP. Everyone's happy in the VIP. Milos, you're welcome. What have we got here? Okay, so US dollar, again, I assume that's the Singapore, is it dollar? Okay, let's have a look at US dollar against the Singapore dollar. Right, excuse having a close up of my face on the screen. Nobody wants that. Let's have a look at Pepperstone. Okay, this is looking right. Okay, so I'm gonna remove drawings, all of them. Right, so we have a fresh chart, and we're gonna analyze this together, guys. All right, and we're all gonna get involved. Actually, right? I'm going to start with the weekly and I'm going to plot some levels. This is a little bit tricky because I would say these are two different levels. You've got a level through there. And I would also say you have a level here. Right? They're two levels on the weekly that are important to price right now. Okay, so bearing that in mind, guys, let's all get involved, right? You're all here to learn how to trade and pick up some techniques and things to help you. So this chart, US dollar against the Singapore dollar, right now, you have three options. Would you buy this market? Would you sell this market? Or would you stay out of this market? And only looking at this chart? That's the only question. So everyone, please leave your answer in the live chat. Buy, sell, or stay out. Get involved, guys. While you do that, I'm going to have a drink of Evian. Okay, so Brett would stay out, Colin would stay out. Any more, guys? Don't be shy. Waz would sell. User 101 would stay out. Any more, guys? Don't be shy. Get involved. You're here to learn. There's no such thing as a wrong answer. There is. There definitely is. Hamed, how are you? Hamed would stay out. The trading den is looking for shorts. Okay. Would you sell now? Milos would wait. Okay. So everyone's pretty much telling me they would stay out. Even if you say looking for shorts, it means you're staying out of the market, right? And Ace Fu would long it. Ace Fu, you have come in there with a little bit of a left field buy. Godwin would stay out. Now, for me, this is in a downtrend, right? And for most traders, I would say this is in a downtrend. So it's clearly in a downtrend, right? Lower lows, lower highs, right? But down here, like with a lot of US dollar pairs, there was a shed load of US dollar weakness. And then since then, price has just shot up, right? But on the weekly chart, I still want, so because we're in a downtrend, I want to sell it, okay? But do you want to sell a weekly candle that looks like that? And the answer is no, right? You're at the moving average 20. You're at this level of resistance on this gray zone. So when this weekly candle forms, I'm not interested in buying that any further into resistance, and I don't want to sell it because the candle is so bullish, right? So for that reason, I would stay out of this market. Okay, simple as that, right? And just keep it that simple, guys. Just look at trend, look at support and resistance, look at candlesticks. Look where the moving average 20 is, and just ask yourself, would I buy, sell, or stay out? Keep it quite binary. I know there's three answers, but it is binary. It's like, would I sell? No. Would I buy? No. Then by default, you'd stay out, right? And I wouldn't buy or sell this. So weekly for me is stay out, okay? But let's carry this on. Let's go down to the day chart now. Let's put in a few more levels, if there are any, right? I'm only going to put in levels if I'm interested in this level, right? And I'm interested in this level through here. Okay. Right, guys, same question. We're on the day chart now. Okay. Same question on the day chart, same pair, US dollar, Singapore dollar. Would you buy, sell, or stay out of the market? So everyone, let me know. Leave a message in the live chat. Let's analyze this bad boy together. And I expected the spread on this to be higher, but it's only 1.5. Spread's all right. Okay, so Brett would buy after a pullback. Colin would stay out. Any more for any more, guys? Don't be shy. Get involved. Rich Paul would stay out. Hamed would buy. Tom, add Singapore dollar pairs. I mean, you know, there's nothing stopping you guys, right? The only thing I would say about adding pairs is just spread, right? Don't go ones with crazy spread. It's just the cost of trading is more, right? As long as the spread's okay, I'm happy to trade it. And we have a saying in the VIP, you know, if it moves, we can trade it, right? Right, what else we look? So user would buy, Aaron would sell after a pullback, Waz would sell, Enju would buy, Milos would stay out, Godwin would stay out. So we've got mainly buys or stay out, right? And I can, yeah, I agree with that. I wouldn't be selling this, right? Because it's clearly in an uptrend. But all I'm going to do, guys, is point out some facts, right? So here are the facts, okay? We are in, yeah, I'm going to say that as well. We're in an uptrend, right? We're a little bit overextended, not much, right? And please bear in mind, right, if we go back a day, this grey support zone, which we've penciled in, was holding, right? This level was holding, okay, right? But now, if I add today's candle, it's now breaking. Now, this will be a H4 level, right? And we'll look at this on the H4 in a minute, right? And how we could trade this. But really, I wouldn't be interested in this trade until we got a break of this level. And I would probably wait for the daily candle to finish. So if the daily candle finished like this, I would be interested in buying this up to the grey zone, even potentially the 1.33 thousand level, right? But this daily candle hasn't finished forming yet. So, but yeah, so I would need to see that, and then it would be a clear buy for me, right? But as it stands now, we haven't broken, so it's stay out. But on the H4, as I said, that will be a level, right? That's been broken. Okay, so there's a bit of H4. It was actually broken here, but it was a bit of a level here, right? That's currently being broken. Now, if you get a strong H4 candle that finishes like this, then okay, you could trade it still. I would still like to see a daily candle finish above this level, right? But if you want to be a little bit more aggressive, you could just wait for a H4 candle, right? And it's looking likely, isn't it? Let's be honest. We've only got, what we got, 20 minutes until the candle finishes, right? So if we got a break, right, and we've got our target up here, right, really you've got to put your stop loss below here, right? So if you got this bullish candle, I would then wait for a little bit of a retrace to this grey zone, and then potentially you could start buying US dollar, Singaporean dollar. All right, but that would be an aggressive H4 trade. Okay, but yeah, that makes total sense to me. But like I said, guys, I want to wait for that daily candle. So if the daily candle finishes like this, then I have a trade tomorrow, right? It might finish like this, right? Big bullish candle into resistance. Then I don't have a trade, right? Very black and white, very simple. Yeah, because I'm not going to buy into resistance. Right? Simple as that. Don't buy into resistance. Don't sell into support. That is what crazy people do. And we are all a little bit crazy. Right, let's go back to New Zealand dollar, US dollar, see if we're getting a break of these lows. It'll be interesting to see if these lows hold For the sake of my remaining 20%, I want to see a break, but we'll keep an eye on that. What else? I'm still interested in Swiss franc yen. See if that's come down. Not at the moment. Okay. Yeah, so guys, you know, when you're analyzing a pair like we have been together, just keep it simple, right? Ask yourself, for each chart, start with the weekly, right? Would you buy, sell, or stay out? Write it down. Then go to the daily. Would you buy, sell, or stay out, right? And if they're not, you know, aligned, stay out. Simple as that, right? Trade pairs that everything's moving together in the same direction. Okay. And New Zealand US dollar was a perfect example of that, right? We had everything bearish, right? It's just to go back to this, guys, like weekly, super bearish downtrend. Daily, bearish downtrend. Right, sell it. H4, downtrend, sell it. It's as simple as that, guys, right? You know, just like I say, entries, managing the trade requires more skill, but just look for pairs where everything's pulling in the same direction. And don't trade them if they're too overextended, you know, overbought, oversold. Yeah, and that's, you know, there's a bit more to it, but generally that's what we're looking for. Right, what else are we looking at? Yeah, guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button and smash the like button. If you haven't already, please come join our free Discord channel. It's free. Also, guys, right now you can get access to the VIP Trading Academy for free if you sign up with our preferred broker, Pepperstone. Right? They are a world-renowned, world-class broker who are compatible with TradingView. All right, so come get involved. Right, guys, and on that note, we are going to call it a day, guys. So, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the live stream. Please don't forget to join us again tomorrow, same time for the live stream, guys. We'll see you then. Have a great trading day.